Hello, I am your special enforcer, Adam Pacitti, and goodness me, do we have some big news for you this morning. I don't know how to do the fancy After Effects swooshy headline thing with the 3 stories, so we're just going to get straight into it. Andrade has been released by WWE. So, just to catch you up on this story really quickly, it was reported earlier this week that Andrade, who has barely been used on TV for quite a while now, had requested his release from WWE. And then the man himself confirmed that on Twitter, but reports started circulating that WWE were not going to grant this release. However, they have now done so. Andrade sort of broke the news himself. During FastLane, he tweeted, "Good news! Hashtag tranquilo, hashtag happy," leading to lots of speculation, but I think most people agreed that that meant that Andrade had been released, and now WWE, mere minutes ago, as I record this video, confirming his release, saying that he's been released from his contract, and they wish him all the best in his future endeavors. I really think that WWE have dropped the ball here. I really, really do. Andrade is so unbelievably talented. He was brilliant in NXT. I think he was a great champion. Zelina Vega and him had a brilliant partnership on screen together. They were just so good, so enjoyable to watch. And, you know, this is going to fuel speculation, especially with Zelina Vega leaving WWE as well, that those two might be available as a pair, which must be pretty tempting for any promotion who's got the cash to hire both of them if they wanted to do that. He was obviously brilliant last year in 2020 during the first few months of the lockdown era of Raw. He was all over that show alongside Angel Garza. And man, he's just such a good wrestler. He's such a good wrestler. And when WWE have been looking for their next Hispanic star for such a long time, I really thought Andrade would be that person. And I don't know, I was gutted when they took him off TV and seemingly didn't have anything for him. And who knows what he'll do next, but wherever he goes, he's going to provide great value to that company. The guy just wants to wrestle. He's made that clear. An interesting sort of side note on this is Charlotte Flair, who is Andrade's real-life partner, obviously, has seemingly been pulled from all WrestleMania advertising. So WWE put out a graphic with Bianca Belair, Edge is on there, we got Drew, Roman, Sasha, Bobby, Bad Bunny, and there was Charlotte Flair. However, the updated graphic has had Charlotte removed from it, leading to lots of speculation that Charlotte is maybe a little bit unhappy about the situation, or was a little bit unhappy about the situation with Andrade, and who knows what her status is for WrestleMania. Who knows if she's going to have that match with Asuka. Speculation was sort of, well, petrol was added to the fire after Rhea Ripley's Raw debut seemed to be pushed forward a little bit. She's debuting tomorrow night, or tonight in fact, on Raw, and a lot of people thought, hey, they've done that sooner rather than perhaps was originally intended. So maybe Rhea Ripley was going to fill a Charlotte-shaped hole at WrestleMania. Time will tell on that one. We'll wait and see, but good luck to Andrade, whatever he chooses to do next. He's a hell of a talent. Next up, after being burned alive, The Fiend has returned to WWE, and he is both burned and alive. So during the match with Randy Orton and Alexa Bliss, which was a sort of hybrid, regular and cinematic match in which Randy Orton was almost murdered at various points by Alexa Bliss. She tried to drop a lighting rig on his noggin. She shot a fireball at his face and all sorts of other spooky happenings. A hole is cut in the canvas and out comes a hand grabbing Randy Orton's leg, and then emerges The Fiend. And look at him. Goodness me, that will keep me up tonight. You know what? I love the mask. I love the new mask. I love the new ring gear. He looks legit terrifying. He looks like something out of a proper Hollywood horror movie. And it's got me really, really hyped for, I guess, the inevitable WrestleMania match between Randy Orton and The Fiend. That's obviously where they're going with this. And it was just great. So, yeah, the Fiend coming out, hitting his sister Abigail, allowing Alexa to pick up the win. And Just really, really strong stuff. On a pretty, I don't know, an average pay-per-view, for me, this was the highlight. I thought it was a great return. It was done really well. And I think they're using The Fiend very well as far as him appearing when he needs to. He's not pushed down our throats. We don't see him every Monday on Raw. And I think that's the way it should be, because when he does appear, it now feels very special. And this feels like a big match at WrestleMania. Who knows if it's going to be a regular match, if it's going to be a Firefly Funhouse match, some other kind of cinematic match. Time will tell, but hopefully we see lots and lots of maggots and other creepy crawlies projected somewhere. You've got to think so, right? Sticking with Fastlane now, and just in case you didn't see this, because it happened on the pre-show, and I know a lot of people don't watch the pre-show, Retribution have now officially split up, and I'm going to try and get through this story without crying. But no, it's bollocks really, because such a huge amount of talent in that group, but they were essentially DOA. I thought that when they appeared first and they were doing the Molotov cocktail, throwing at the power generator, I thought, hey, that's kind of cool. And then it was a very, very fast decline down. They were booked absolutely horribly. I thought, you know what, they might do all right now. They've got Mustafa Ali heading up the faction, but that's clearly not the case. So following Ali's match with Riddle, which he lost, Reckoning, Mia Yim walks away, Slapjack walks away, and then Ali eating a big double choke slam by Mace and T-Bar, ending their association with Ali and I guess officially splitting up Retribution. It's such a shame. They will go down as, they're going to be a punchline for years to come. They will go down as one of the worst factions that WWE have ever done. They're up there with the core, aren't they? And it's just such a shame. I hope everybody in that group goes on to bigger and better things, because they all deserve it. Mustafa Ali has probably got the hardest time of this all, because he just looks like a complete joke now. But expect that to be addressed on Monday. They did it on the pre-show. Absolutely baffling. Anyway, there you go. Retribution are no more. And finally, finishing with some double WWE Hall of Fame 2021 news. First of all, one of the big names has been pulled from this year's Hall of Fame. Dave Bautista, who was scheduled to go in last year. That couldn't happen because of COVID. Then it looked like he was going to go in this year. That's not going to happen because of reasons. He has been pulled from all of the marketing material for this year's Hall of Fame. And a bit of an update on that, Fightful saying that their sources told them that they would prefer to have Batista go into the Hall of Fame when a full crowd can enjoy it. Who knows if that's the real reason? Is that a WWE reason? Is it a Dave Batista reason? I mean, it could be a scheduling thing. Maybe he wants to be inducted in front of a full crowd. But it doesn't look like he's going to be going in this year. So expect that to happen in the next few years, you would expect anyway. He deserves to be in there. Speaking of deserving to be in the Hall of Fame, it looks as though an active WWE star maybe being inducted this year. An interesting one here. So fans spotted a possible spoiler on this year's Hall of Fame class on the WWE Network. In the This Is Daniel Bryan category, it was subtitled as WWE 2021 Hall of Fame inductee Daniel Bryan. So fans very quickly speculating that Daniel Bryan may be being inducted into the Hall of Fame, which would make sense considering he said that this could be his last WrestleMania. Maybe they would want to do it this year, especially with Dave Bautista no longer being inducted. You've got a big name value in Daniel Bryan. Time will tell. Time will tell. They've since removed that wording from the website, but you would expect them to do that regardless of whether he or not he is going to be inducted, because the news has leaked in a bit of a weird way there. If it is news, we will see. Anyway, if you want a full recap on Fastlane 2021, you can get that right now. What happened is on the channel. Stick around for Graded, stick around for WTF, and take care of yourselves. I love each and every one of you, and that was really creepy. Good night, God bless, bye!